In this video, we will discuss about the lungs volume and capacities. In this diagram, you can see that the right lungs of the human beings composed of 3 lobes and the left lungs composed of 2 lobes. Right lungs composed of approximately 56%, while left lungs of the human body composed of 44% by volume. It is due to the asymmetrical position of the heart. The lung volume and capacities can be defined. It refers to the volume of air associated with different phases of the respiratory cycle. The respiratory cycle is also known as breathing cycle, or it is also known as pulmonary ventilation. And it composed of 2 steps. Inhalation. Inhalation is also called inspiration. Draw gases into the lungs is known as inhalation. Or inhalation we can also define entrance of the air into the lungs is known as inhalation. And exhalation, also called expiration, or giving out of the air from the lungs into outside atmosphere is known as exhalation or expirations. The lung volumes are directly measured and lung capacities are calculated from lungs volume. The instrument or the apparatus which is used for the measuring the volume of air inspired and the volume of air expired by the lungs is called spirometer, and this technique is known as spirometry. Lung volumes have 4 types: tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, and residual volume. So first of all, what is the tidal volume? Tidal volume can be defined. It is the normal volume of air inspired or expired during quiet breathing. Quiet breathing means normal breathings. So the tidal volume is equal to 500 ml in adult human beings. In this diagram, you can see 4 different types of the lungs volumes, in which different types of capacities of the lungs can be calculated very easily. Then what is inspiratory reserve volume? Extra volume of air inhaled after tidal volume by maximum inspiratory effort. The volume after the tidal volume or after the normal breathing process, if due to the efforts of the human beings, the air which is enter from outside atmosphere due to the efforts of the human beings into the lungs is known as inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume. So in adult human beings it is 3000 ml to 33,000 ml, while in female it is 1900 ml. Expiratory reserve volume can be defined. It is the third types of lungs volumes, and can be defined extra volume of air that can be exhaled after tidal volume by maximum expiratory efforts. Normal volume or tidal volume, due to the efforts of the human beings, the amount of air which is removed or expelled by the human from the lungs into outside atmosphere by maximum expiratory effort is known as expiratory reserve volumes. In adult human beings, it removes 1100 ml or 1200 ml, while in female it is 700 ml. What is residual volume? Due to the efforts of the human air after tidal volume as well as uh, expiratory reserve volume, the amount of air left in the lungs is known as residual volume. So it is 1200 ml in male and 1100 in a female. In this diagram, you can see different types of lungs volumes: inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, expiratory reserve volume, and residual volumes. Lung capacities. As I have told that lung capacities can be easily calculated from the lungs volumes. So there are 5 different types of lung capacities: inspiratory capacities, expiratory capacities, functional residual capacity, vital capacity, and total lung capacity. Then what is inspiratory capacity? Maximum volume of air that can be inspired after normal tidal expiration. So inspiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory residual volume. As we know that tidal volume is 500 ml and inspiratory reserve volume is 300 ml. So it is 3500 ml is the inspiratory capacity of human beings. Then what is expiratory capacity? Maximum volume of air that can be expired after after normal tidal expiration. So expiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus expiratory residual volume. As we know that tidal volume is 500 ml and 1100 ml is expiratory residual volume. So total is 1600 ml. What is functional residual capacity? The volume of air remaining in lungs after normal tidal expiration. As we know that functional residual capacity is equal to expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume. So we know that 1100 is the expiratory reserve volume plus 1200 is the residual volume. So total 2300 ml is the functional residual. You see in this diagram, we can easily calculate the lung capacities from the lung volumes. Total lung capacity is equal to tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus inspiratory reserve volume plus residual volume. Vital capacity is equal to tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume, and functional residual capacity is equal to expiratory reserve volume plus a residual volume. So we can easily calculate various types of lung capacities from the lungs volumes. The significance of functional residual capacity. Uh, the following are the significance of the functional residual capacity. It helps in continuous exchange of gases so that concentration of oxygen in carbon dioxide is maintained. Breath holding is made possible. Dilution of toxic inhaled gases prevents collapse of the lungs. When we remove various types of, when we remove airs from the lungs, when there is a decreased concentration of the airs within the lungs, so the lungs, they become collapsed. They will join with one another just like balloons. It reduces workload of respiratory muscles and right ventricles. Factor affecting functional residual capacity: old age, obstructive closing, and restrictive lung disease. Various types of disease, they basically decreases the functional residual capacity. Then what is vital capacity? Maximum amount of air expelled after deepest possible inspiration is known as vital capacity. So vital capacity is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume plus expiratory reserve volume. As we know that tidal volume is 500 ml and inspiratory reserve volume is 300 ml, while 1100 ml is expiratory reserve volume. So total 4600 ml is the vital capacity of human beings. The significance of the vital capacity depends upon the age, sex, strength of respiratory muscles, gravity, pregnancy, ascites, pulmonary diseases. And what is total lung capacities? Volume of air present in the lungs after maximum inspiration. So total lung capacity is equal to vital capacity plus residual volume. As we know that 4600 is the vital capacity and 1200 ml is the residual volume. So total lung capacities is 508 ml. So the average adult human being has a lung capacity of approximately 5 liter, but only a small amount of this capacity is used during the normal breathing. These are various types of lungs volume and lung capacity, as we have explained this diagram before. These are various types of capacity we can be easily calculated from the lungs volume. If you like the video, please share, subscribe and watch. Thank you.